guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. It's Chrissy. For those of you who don't know me, I am a male to female transgender woman. I'm 23 years old. I'm a college student, a dancer, a singer, and all of that wrapped up into a bad bitch. So today I wanted to discuss transitioning in college and what it has been like for me. I transitioned 2 years ago. I started transitioning, and I was a junior in college, but I technically was a sophomore because I had to stay a little bit because I took a semester off this year and it kind of screwed me over. But besides the point, I started transitioning when a year after I started at my college, at my university. So I went to a community college for the first 2 years of my college career, and I wasn't out as anything. I was just pretending to be straight. I was pretending to be a boy. I was pretending to be all of this stuff that I'm not. So that happened, and then I started transitioning not when I first got there, but like a year after. So I got there and I was gay, and I say that in quotes because I wasn't a gay male. I knew I wasn't a gay male in my heart. I was portraying that because I thought that was an easier way of kind of breaking into the transgender world. So I thought if I came out as gay, I could start being a little more flamboyant. I could start, eventually wearing makeup. That was my goal when I came out as gay. I was like, I really just want to start wearing makeup so that I can show the world who I am, and not have to just hide and do all this stuff. So I finally started wearing makeup, and I remember so much when I was in school wearing makeup and like people, like the looks I would get and stuff. And at first it was, and a lot of girls were like, oh my god, I love your makeup, and they would come up to me. Like, girls were really sweet, and then guys were just kind of weird, kind of rude. Like, I'd have to work with guys in groups and it would be kind of awkward. Like, I remember this was probably it was probably a year and a half ago, and I first started transitioning. I was feminine because I've always been feminine, but I wasn't as I wasn't as feminine as I am now. So I kind of had like short hair. I put a little bun in it. I was wearing, I knew like my body was so just like a brick, like, because when you take hormones, obviously the fat from your body goes to, when you take estrogen, the fat usually goes to your hips, and it goes to your breasts, and you kind of lose muscle mass around your shoulders. So I was very broad, and I wasn't broad, but I was like a brick. Like, there was no shape, and I was wearing like a crop top and like jeans, and you could just see my stomach, like my puffy stomach pouring out of it. And at the time I was like, everybody knows I'm a girl, like, oh my god, like, blah. And now you can tell that people knew that I was trans. Like, it was very obvious. And at the time I thought that I was passing like with flying colors. And I think that that's something that a lot of trans people go through, is they believe that right away people just assume that they're the gender that they're trying to be, and that's not the case usually. So for me, it was kind of difficult in the beginning. And I remember it just felt like, now looking back at it, I give myself so much credit, because I'm like, girl, that's like really hard to do. Like, you had to start wearing makeup and dressing like a girl. And obviously everybody at school knew, because there's not a lot of trans people. I think there was like one other trans person in my school. And I'm talking like the entire university, basically, like maybe one or two. I don't know any other ones. I knew, one, I didn't know her, but she lived on my floor because like my dorming, I have a story about that too. So my dorming was gender inclusive. So what does that mean is like people that don't care if they live with a girl, or they don't care if they live with a boy, or whatever. So, or they don't care if they live with a trans girl or a trans boy. So I applied to live at school because I was just having issues with my parents, and like, they're amazing and supportive, but I just wanted to be on my own because I'm a stubborn bitch. And so I applied by myself. I paid the deposit and I moved into school, and she was on my floor because trans people can't live with like like if you're a trans female, you can't live with biological females. That's just the way my university worked, unfortunately. And they actually, it's funny because they try to say that they're this big inclusive university, and clearly they're not if they're doing that, but whatever, besides the point. So I applied to live there, and I just applied as a regular student, and I got my gender changed through the school database, so they did all that. So I applied, and I didn't know if I was gonna get who I was gonna get placed with, and I got placed with 5 males. So I called, and I was like very upset, fuming, because they know that I transitioned, and they know that my gender changed and my name changed and all of this. And they were like, oh my God, we're so sorry, we're gonna give you a single, like a room all by yourself. So they gave me a single, and with like a couple other roommates. And so I lived there, and my roommates were so awesome and just nice, and it was really cool because it was a cool environment where nobody cared. Because a lot of students at my university were very like uppity and like privileged, and they just, you can tell it was always like they've never seen anything outside of their bubble of like white, you know, white picket fence, suburban, all this shit. And like, I was born like that too. You know, I was born in a very nice city. I was fortunate, you know. But my mind is a lot more open than the people that I saw at my school. So that's besides the point. So living there was great. Transitioning to my teachers was amazing. My teachers were incredibly supportive, like insane. Like I messaged them, and men and women, and I told them my name and my new pronouns, and they were amazing. You know, they never made a mistake. They were just absolutely incredible. And except one time, my music teacher, he was so nice, but he was like older. I asked him a question, and he knew that I was like transitioned. And mind you, I had like long hair, like I had like my makeup beat. And I asked him a question, and he was like, yes, sir. And I was like, I wish you didn't say that. Obviously, I'm not going to correct him in the middle of class. I was just like, yikes, that was a burn. But I mean, people make mistakes. I'm not like fuming about it. I don't care. I'm not mad, you know. But yeah, so transitioning at school was definitely a wild ride, really interesting. People like I'd have like students that I've been with in many classes be like, "Are you, you know?" And like they don't say the word. They're just like, "Are you, you know, in the process?" And I'm like, "Yes, yep, I am." And I had a teacher who I love ask me the same thing. She's like, "Now are you?" And I'm like, "Yes, you can say it. I'm transitioning. You can say the words." Like. But it was just cute because I want to give them pleasurable experience, because, you know, they don't know a lot of trans people, I'm sure, and I want to give them, you know, something to sort of take home and really realize like this is a real thing and people go through this. And you know, I want to make it easier for students that want to transition, you know, for in the future. I want it to be more comfortable so teachers have seen it before, so it becomes a norm. That's what I want to really do. This video was kind of short, but I just wanted to talk about an interesting topic. Please leave me comments. Nobody's leaving me comments about what they want to see for videos. Please leave me comments, because I really want to make like a lot of videos. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.